afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, nice meeting you today. So today, when I walked in, on your shelf here, there's a book that got my attention, and that book titled "Mad Men and the Girl Child." So I want to ask, why this title, "Mad Men and the Girl Child," and what motivated you to write this book?
Thank you very much. I must really commend you. The way you walked in and your observation shows that you have a heart and interest for humanity. This book, titled "Mad Men and the Girl Child," was not the only book there, but it attracted your attention. Okay, for some time I've been going around the schools, especially the military schools, celebrating the International Day of the Girl Child. And I was using the opportunity to talk to them, concerning the challenges that they are exposed to and the challenges that they ignorantly embraced, which are destructive and self-limiting. So I noticed that we'll celebrate this for 1,000 girls in a location. But these 1,000 girls are girls that are picked, they were picked from different schools. Some will bring 50, some 100, some 20, depending. But then I was more interested in the military schools. That is where I worked. So I see these girls, I was concerned about their life. I was interested in changing some of their lifestyles. It's just a character molding project. But at some point, I started going from one school to the other so that I will have the opportunity of interacting with all the girls. And some of these military schools have numbers. I remembered going to Command Secondary School, Lagos, Epaja, Lagos. I met with over 2,000 girls in that hall. I went to Ojo. We had over 1,000 girls. Oshodi, Ikeja, then many public schools and private schools. So when I was doing this, we are no longer celebrating, it was no longer for International Day of the Girl Child. I titled it "Save the Girl Child." So we gathered them in a hall, and just me and the girls, maybe with my team members. Sometimes I will tell the teachers, maybe from guidance and counseling department, to come in when I have started speaking and just come in from the back door so that there will be no distractions. So when I talk to these girls, I normally ask them to write their questions, no name, no means of identification, so that we'll be able to answer their questions. They will ask their questions without, exposing their identity, so that they will be free. These girls started, exposing things that were too heavy for their mouth to discuss with anybody. And as they are asking these questions, okay, I will first of all talk to them, telling them about the challenges that they are exposed to in the society. Then I will also talk to them about their own, the habits that they ignorantly embrace, which is stopping them. It's like a lid, a cover that will not allow them to get to where they want to get to in life. And some destroys their lives. Because many young girls are going. They die through abortion, strange illnesses, through all these Yahoo boys. Materialism expose them to all manner of nonsense that cost their life short or put them in trouble. Some became pregnant, it became a lead, they cannot continue their education, and so many things. So, the feedback. From the feedback I was getting from these girls. You know, when you talk about premarital sex, talk about something like rape, talk about something like this materialism and things like that, they will now give you feedback. That was when I discovered that they are madmen. I call them madmen because there is no other way to describe a man who will indulge in child marriage, sexual abuse, the one we call rape. There's no other way to describe a man that will abduct the girl child, children that we are sent to school, young girls that we sent to school, that we are in school to study. There is no other way to describe a man who will sexually abuse his own daughter. There is no other way to describe an uncle, whether real or fake. You know, in Nigeria, every man is our uncle. Our neighbor is our uncle. Our church man is our uncle. The one you see in mosque is your uncle. Every man that is on the street is your uncle. And they are a real uncle. Whether from the mother's side or from the father's side, that today are sexually abusing their niece. I don't know how else to describe them. Now, we have sugar boys. All these, their classmates, neighbors, the ones they meet around their communities, in churches, in mosques, in their playground. They are called sugar boys. Now you see sugar daddies are the one they call zaddies. A girl that has not seen 2,000 naira put together, you give it, you just lure her into destruction and dash her 50,000. You buy the things that you give her the house rent that her father has been looking for. You give it to her just to lure her into destruction, into sex. How else do you describe such people? Tell me how you describe pedophiles. A shameless man that will molest 3 years old, 5 years old, 1 year and 8 months, 1 year and 6 months. In fact, a woman, I saw it in the news one day, a woman that just delivered a baby came back from the hospital and discovered that her husband has sexually abused their 4-year-old daughter. Pedophiles. In Lagos, we were discussing about a 3-year-old girl that was sexually abused. Everybody had that news. It was not hidden. It was all over social media. The morning that that baby was to be operated, I was praying. I said, God, this baby is going for surgery. This 3-year-old is going for surgery. We lost her. She died. If that girl was to be alive, what is her life going to look like? As we are discussing it, one of the cleaners came in and said to me, Ma, that our neighbor's daughter, 3 years old, was sexually abused by a man living in that same compound. 3 years old. Let me spare you the long story. The parents of the girl, the mother, carried her baby. They went to a health center to go and treat the child. Poverty is a bastard. She said that they don't want trouble. Let it go. Let it go. Let the uncle go. Go for what? How describe cold rooms. We had cold rooms in relation with a university saga. But today, there are cold rooms, not just in the universities, there are cold rooms even in secondary schools. Young girls have confidently told me how some of their teachers, male teachers, threaten to fail them if they don't submit or succumb. Cold rooms in the universities. Teenage girls that are in the universities, some of them have never had sex in their life, are being sexually harassed by lecturers. Government put law. Government put everything. But I don't know how it is being implemented. So, tell me, these men that are selling sex for grades, whether lecturer or teacher, how else do you describe such people? Then, child marriage advocates. A 48-year-old lady approached me and said, please, I have the money. I need a man. I need a husband. That I don't need a toy. If he's up to 50 and above and is ready to settle down, I will do the funding. She is not alone. 48 years. There are ladies that are less than that. There are ladies that are, in fact, there are prostitutes, and there are ladies that are ready and willing to give their body. Old ladies, matured ladies, and you will leave them, and you are looking for 13 years old man, girl to marry, 15 years old girl to marry. I am responding to your question. How do I come about this title, Madmen and the Girl Child? So at some point, the feedbacks I got from these girls, the stories, their stories that makes me cry, their stories that is breaking my heart, their stories. I met 10 young girls. I don't want to quote the day, but between June and the March the next year, 10 young girls that has been sexually abused by their own father. None of them was a motherless child. All of them, their mother was alive. I pursued the case up to the 6th girl, and family did not allow me. So how do you describe these men? I don't know. Maybe it was inspiration, but the best way to describe them is by calling them mad men. That was where the title came from. Then the girl child. Part A of the book is about the men. Part B of the book is about the girl child. The girl child is a gift from God, but many of them are lesbians. Many of them are into drug abuse. Many of them are into this careless lifestyle. They don't care. They don't even think, what am I here for? They think that, they thought that life continues. You just come in, stay around, and go. What about indecent dressing? The one we call seduction. A girl will wear handkerchief, expose herself, her sensitive parts, anyhow. What about prostitution and abortion? I cried, I wept in Lagos, where 2 young girls, one said, I just aborted my first pregnancy. The boy and the family were not happy that they want to marry me. I said, what do you want me to answer? I will start discussing a dead child. I said, part B, that is marriage with what? You have not even written WAEC. You're already getting pregnant and you are aborted and you are looking. The another person sent a note and said, Ma, please, I have aborted twice. Help me. What can I do to start all over? People are looking for child all over. Doing IVF, surrogate mother, looking for anything just to have a child. And the girl that is less than 16 years without WAEC has aborted twice. What about premarital sex? Many of them are holding live snakes. Live snakes. That is what I call premarital sex for a teenager. And you think you can concentrate and do everything. Look at them. Negative peer pressure. You want to belong. Because my friend They called me. She wants me. Some have done escort, followed somebody to somewhere, and you did not come back. Negative peer pressure, materialism is the mother of all of them. What is a girl in secondary school doing with Rolex watch? One told me that a man promised to buy Rolex watch for her so that she will release her body. I said at my age, if you show me whether Rolex watch, whether fake or real, I don't know. What are you doing with it? You are looking for bone straight, a secondary school girl. You are looking for iPhone, a secondary school girl. Materialism has finished young girls. You see this book, then lesbianism, all this their bestie. That is what they call it, bestie. You go to school. In fact, if you see what do you call it, masturbation has done to young girls, you will cry for their mother, you will cry for their father, you will cry for this content. I have not discussed it enough, but what I'm telling you is that Mad Men and the Girl Child, I have to write this book. You know, in the book, I got a medical doctor. Her name is Dr. Margaret Obienu. She had to help me in some parts, talking about the medical aspects, some things that has to do with medical. So this book, Mad Men and the Girl Child, very soon, I'm doing a program there on the 29th of November. My heart's desire is that somebody will give me a pack. A pack is just 10 and it's 30,000. I need 20 packs. I need 20 packs. Please, if you are interested, I want to give to parents, I want to give to young girls. If you are interested in supporting us, in getting some copies of this book, this is another one, Save the Girl Child, Save the Nation. These young girls that we are neglecting today, they are just like time bomb. It will burst. We have not seen anything. That is why we are shouting at the Seraphim Outreach. To save the girl child is to save the nation. My appeal is just give me a bundle. If you can do more than a bundle, you are welcome. This is the Wisdom House. This place is open. I want to thank you very much. Thank you for visiting today. I am so grateful.
Thank you, ma'am.